Next question is from Nene Mud. Is 5x5 effective?
Yeah, so 5x5.
So effective.
5x5.
Most all of our programs have some sort of 5x5
That's all I
training
was
in it.
doing to establish with the football team, just throughout their programming previous to that, and just try to keep it as simple as possible. It's the best programming for just getting to the very meat and core, of what to do in the gym.
Yeah, for people who don't know, 5x5 is 5 sets of an exercise and 5 reps. And why is it so effective? Number one, there's more to this than just that. They place a heavy emphasis on compound lifts. So if you look at 5x5 programming, it's usually squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, rows. So that's part of the reason why it's so effective. The other reason is because they make you do 5 sets of an exercise.
Good practice.
Yeah, you practice them very often. You get a lot of central nervous system adaptation. These are technical exercises. Practicing them, set after set makes you really good at them. And then, of course, because what I said earlier, you picked these compound lifts. Like if you get a little bit better at a barbell squat, the returns are so much greater than if you got a little bit better at, a leg press or a leg extension or something like that.
Well, yeah, if you're running a 5x5, you're not doing 10 different exercises.
No.
You're doing a handful of exercises. You're more likely going to pick, or you should if it's a good 5x5 program, pick the big compound ones, and you're getting great practice. You got 2 or 3 sets to get in the groove, and then you got 2 or 3 sets where you're actually hitting it really well. And I think for anybody who's just starting in the gym, or even if you've been in the gym for a couple years, you're still relatively new to training, that those movements, we talk about it on the show all the time, how important they are to practice. And that adds up. When the average person's only doing programs that are 2 to 3 sets in there, and you're doing 5, you're doing damn near double the work on the movements that are most important. You're going to get, and over the course of weeks, months, and a year of training this way, you're going to get a hell of a lot more practice than the average person.
Yeah, and I like it too with the lower reps, because then you can really, eliminate some of the fatigue you would normally get with high reps, and then really perform them at their best. Especially with these compound lifts, and then you're still getting the volume because you got 5 sets. So to your guys' point of being able to get that kind of practice, so you hone in on those skills while also performing them at a really high level. That's why I like 5x5.
Yeah, because some people, what they would do, right, instead of doing, let's say the options were 5x5 or their regular program. Usually what it would look like is 2 or 3 sets of one exercise, 2 or 3 sets of another exercise versus 5 sets of a compound lift. So you can think of 2 leg exercises, not including squats, that you did 5 sets total for versus 5 sets of squats. I don't know if I can think of any combination of 2 exercises that would give you more bang for your buck than just 5 sets of squats. That's a big reason. Right. Now, when does this become not effective? When this is all you do all the time.
You're doing it too long.
Yeah, and what you'll notice, this is what I notice, and with clients too, if you stick to this long enough, I'd start to get issues in my joints because of the heavy weight, and because I'm doing such repetitive movements.
Right.
I would notice my hips or my shoulder or my knees.
There's not enough other planes accounted for as well too, so we got to consider training in the frontal plane and the transverse plane, not just sagittal. So not just what's in front of you, what's behind you.
Yeah, and also not doing higher reps. I mean,
that too.
Yeah, I mean, you go from 5x5, you're doing that for 6 months. Switch to like 10 reps or 15 reps, watch what happens to your body. So anything could be abused and will stop working. But overall, with all the popular programming that's out there that's well known, I'd say 5x5 is top.
It's pretty solid.
Oh, it's top 5 or top 3 even for me.